Well, some tough talk from China's ambassador to Canada, saying the Trudeau government should be taking action on free trade between the two nations. Haley Wooden with Business in Vancouver is joining us now with more. Haley, give us a better understanding of what's being said.
Ambassador Liu She remarked in an interview with the Canadian press that the Canadian media has painted a very negative and perhaps unfair portrait of China within Canada. And he went on to say that the Trudeau administration has been bowing to media over concerns of human rights and a lack of democracy in the country. He called out Trudeau for not moving forward with establishing a formal trade relationship between Canada and China. Now, he made these remarks as China and Canada embark on their third round of exploratory talks to look at whether or not a formal trade negotiation process should be launched. This has been part of the conversation nationally for quite some time. We do know that the majority of Canadians support the idea of a Canada-China free trade agreement, but environmental concerns, concerns over a lack of democracy, and concerns over China's human rights track record still remain top of mind for Canadians among a whole swath of other issues. So whether or not a free trade agreement comes soon, it's going to be quite some time. We'll see where these exploratory talks land.
All right. And speaking of trade, Ottawa announcing details on a $2 billion infrastructure plan, all to facilitate trade.
That's right. This is going to go toward upgrades and expansions to Canada's major trade corridors. You're looking at ports, airports, rail networks, roadways. $400 million will go to improving transportation in the north, so paved roadways there. $50 million will go toward data collection, and another $50 million, interestingly, to establishing regulations around drones and self-driving cars, so sort of the future of trade being addressed there. And as for the rest of it, public and private companies can apply for funding, which will become available starting in 2018. Consideration will be given to expansions to existing infrastructure, as well as anything that's going to help increase trade and the movement of goods, make it flow a little bit more smoothly, especially for trade heading south of the border, although other markets such as China will be considered too for some of these projects, especially since the federal government has signaled that one of their goals is to help diversify Canada's export markets in the years ahead.
Haley Wooden with Business in Vancouver joining us this morning. Thanks, Haley.